Good morning, students. Myself, Virendra Kumar, TGT Science, Kendriya Vidyalaya number 1, Airport Station, Agra. Yes, dear students, today we are talking about the third chapter, metals and non-metals. As we know, all surroundings have a lot of types of metals, and on the basis of some properties, the metals are divided into the three types. Okay, so in this chapters we are talking about the following points as number one, the type of metals. There is maybe three types: metals, non-metals, and metalloids. And next, the physical properties of the metals and non-metals, and chemical properties of metals and chemical properties of non-metals, and the reaction between metals and non-metals are. Yes, as we know, the all materials are divided into the three types on their physical properties. These are metals, non-metals, and metalloids. So at first we are discussing these properties are at first all metals are solid. Okay, but one is the exceptional, the mercury is the liquid, but other all metals are solid. Metals are hard. Normally metals are found in the hard state. Some are as the soft as lithium, potassium, and sodium. And some metal, all metals are have a one metallic brightness that is known as the lusters. So all metals are lustrous. Metals are malleable. Malleable, its meaning can be beaten into the thin sheets. If we beat any metals, it's spread in a thin sheet. And metals are ductile. Its meaning can be drawn into the wires. And metals have high melting points and high boiling points. Mostly these are the solid, so they have melting points. But gallium and cesium, these two exceptionals of these, they are found in their melting point is low comparatively the other metals. Some other properties of the metals: metals have the high melting points, as we know, and metals have the high boiling points. Metals are the good conductors of the heat, and they also the good conductor of the electricity. So maximum condition is that the metals are conduct heat and electricity is the both, but some are the poor conductors also, as lead and mercury, these are the poor conductors, and metals are the good conductors of the electricity, and silver and copper are known as the best conductors of the electricity. One another properties of the metals: metals are sonorous. The meaning of sonorous: they are produce a sound when the any hard surface are strike on that. Another way we have to say the metals are beaten, that time they produce a sound due to the vibration. These properties is found only in metals. Some other properties which are found in non-metals, so we understand these properties are followed by a matters. These matter is known as the metals, and these properties are not follow these characteristics, these are known as non-metals. So now we discuss about the some physical properties of the non-metals. First, non-metals may be solid, liquid, or gas. They are found in the all states are as carbon, sulfur, phosphorus are the solid, then bromine is found in the liquid condition, and gas condition as oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, etc. Non-metals are mostly soft condition except the diamond. Diamond is the one exceptional, which is the hardest natural substance, but all other metals are not so hard, and non-metals are do not have lusters except iodine crystals. Iodine is the one exceptional, that is non-metal but it's have the lusters, metallic brightness, but other non-metals do not have any lusters. Non-metals are not malleable and non-metals are not ductiles. Its meaning, we do not make the sheet from the non-metals and we can't make the wire from the non-metals. The ductility is not found in that. Some other properties is also be there, as non-metals which are solid and liquid have the low melting points. Non-metals which are solid and liquid have the low boiling point. इनके melting points और boiling point दोनों ही कम होते हैं. Non-metals are the bad conductors of heat. Normally they do not conduct the heat. Okay, and similarly they do not conduct the electricity. So they are bad conductors of the heat and electricity. And here is also one exceptional. Graphite is also a good conductor of the electricity, but it's also non-metal. And non-metal are not sonorous because they do not produce any sound after the beaten. So these are the main properties of the metals and non-metals. So non-metals and metals, we have defined these on the properties of their as ductiles, malleabilities, conducting of heat, conducting of electricity, and sonority. These are the basic terms. On the basis of these properties, we have to define any matter as metal or non-metal. And next things, we are discussing about the chemical properties of the metal. As we had discussed the physical properties and now the chemical properties. So at first the reaction with oxygen. The metals are react with the oxygen and to form metal oxide. कोई भी मेटल ऑक्सीजन के साथ रिएक्शन करके मेटल ऑक्साइड डेवलप करता है. एज एग्जाम्पल, कॉपर मेक अ रिएक्शन with oxygen and it's give the copper oxide. Similarly, the aluminium is heated and it combines with the oxygen and to form the aluminium oxide. We also produce a chemical reaction for that. 4 atoms of aluminium, they make the reaction with 3 atoms of oxygen and they give 2 atoms of aluminium oxide. But some metal oxide are basic oxide because they react with the water and to form the base. So according the formation of base, these are defined in their natures as basic oxides. Okay, so as sodium oxide make the reaction with water molecules and give the sodium hydroxide, and potassium oxide, it's make the reaction with water and it give the potassium hydroxide. So normally we have to say the sum of metal oxide are the basic oxide. Okay, but some metal oxides show the acidic and basic properties, so they are called as amphoteric oxide. Amphoteric oxide is example aluminum oxide, zinc oxide. So they both are give the reaction with hydrochloric acid and base and make a salts. As aluminum oxide make the reaction with hydrochloric acid and give the aluminum chloride and water molecule. Now their nature is a basic oxide, but it's make a reaction with sodium hydroxide and give the sodium aluminate and water molecule. So it's give the reaction as well as acid as base. So these are known as amphoteric oxide. So these are the some properties, some chemical property of the metals. The reactivity of the different metals with the oxygen is different, as metals like the potassium and sodium react with vigorously with oxygen and catch fire if kept in open. Hence, they are stored in kerosene to prevent the burning. If magnesium is heated, it burns with a bright flame. If iron is heated, it glows brightly. So these are the some properties. So metals are given with the oxygen, but different metals give some variation with their reaction. So the reactivity level is different of the metals with oxygen. As we are observing the reaction of copper with oxygen. So copper is heated, it does not burn but form a black coating of copper oxide. And silver and gold does not react with the oxygen when at high temperature. Some metals like magnesium, aluminium, zinc, lead, etc. form an oxide layers over it, which prevents further oxidation. So they are called the self-protecting metals. Sometimes that is asking which metals are known as self-protecting metals. So the magnesium and aluminium, zinc, lead, etc. are known as protecting metals because they prevent the further oxidation process. And similar, next is the reaction of metal with water. So metals react with the water and to form the metal oxide or metal hydroxide. As sodium make the reaction with water, it's give sodium hydroxide and release the hydrogen gas. And similarly, it's give as potassium and calcium, potassium oxide, hydroxide and calcium hydroxide. But sometimes it's give the metal oxide. As aluminium make the reaction with water molecules and it's give the aluminium oxide and liberate the hydrogen gas. So we know that sodium and potassium react the violently with the cold water to form the sodium hydroxide and release the hydrogen gas, and it's easily catch the fire. So the sodium and potassium metals are stored in the kerosene but not in the water. So now we talk about the reactivity of the different metals with the water, and there is some differences are found. As calcium react with the water less violently with water and it's with the calcium hydroxide and water and does not catch fire. कैल्शियम कोई फायर कैच नहीं करता या आग नहीं पकड़ता है, बट द सोडियम एंड पोटेशियम आल्सो कैच द फायर. एंड मैग्नीशियम इज रिएक्ट्स ओनली विद द हॉट वाटर एंड टू फॉर्म द मैग्नीशियम हाइड्रोक्साइड एंड हाइड्रोजन गैस. But other metals are as aluminium, iron and zinc react only with the steam to form a metal oxide and hydrogen. But some metals as lead, copper, silver and gold, they do not react with the water as well as cold or hot water. वो किसी भी प्रकार के वाटर के साथ कोई रिएक्शंस नहीं देते हैं. So these are some main properties of the metals with water. Now the third type of that, we talking about the reaction with acids. So metals react with the acid and they make the salt and hydrogen, but normally in the dilute acid. ये dilute acid के साथ ही chemical reaction show करते हैं. As magnesium make the reaction with hydrochloric acid and it's give the magnesium chloride and liberate the hydrogen gas. Another example we are observing as aluminium make the reaction with hydrochloric acid and it's give aluminium chloride. Similarly, zinc chloride, ferric chloride also be formed. So metals are react with the acids, but the dilute acid, not a concentrate acid. So on the basis of these, the reactivities varies from the metal to metals. Its meaning the reactivity of the acid and another as water, oxygen, they are depend on the metal to metal. So for the above metals, the decreasing order of reactivity is that एसिड के साथ हम उसका एक रिएक्टिविटी लेवल चेक कर सकते हैं. सो मैग्नीशियम इज हैव द मैक्सिमम रिएक्टिविटी विद द एसिड, but other are as in decreasing orders as aluminium, zinc and iron. But copper, silver and gold do not react with dilute hydrochloric acid. Hydrogen gas is not evolved when metals react with nitric acid because it is a strong oxidizing agent and it oxidizes the hydrogen produced to water and itself reduced to oxide of nitrogen. So the chemical reaction are observed in this form. The copper make the reaction with nitric acid and it's give the copper nitrate, water molecules and nitrogen oxide. So normally we are understanding the nitric oxide do not give the hydrogen gas. तो हाइड्रोजन गैस वहाँ से रिलीज नहीं होती है. In next chemical properties, we are talking about the reaction of metals with metal salt solution. A more reactive metal displaces a less reactive metals from its salt solution. As we know from the chapter number 1, chemical equation and reaction, the displacement reaction. So this concept is known as the displacement reaction. But here is the one reactivity level is also be considered. Magnesium displaces the copper from copper sulfate solution. As we are observing a chemical equation, magnesium plus CuSO4 copper sulfate, it's give the magnesium sulfate plus copper. Normally another reaction, the zinc displaces the copper from copper sulfate solution and iron displaces the copper from copper sulfate solution. But copper do not displace the iron from ferrous sulfate solution. So it's depend on the reactivity level of these. So some examples we also be observing in the diagram. As one activity is there, we take one test tube and here we have the solution of copper sulfate that are shown as the blue color. So that is blue color solution is known as copper sulfate and we mix the magnesium powder from that. And after some time reaction is occurred and the magnesium sulfate solution is formed, that is the colorless, and we are known as the product as the piece of copper. तो कॉपर के पार्टिकल्स वहाँ पर बनते हैं. Another reactions as we are observing the iron nail and it's dropped into the copper sulfate solution and after 15 to 20 minutes we are observing the green iron sulfate is formed. The solution is known as the iron sulfate solution and copper metal is deposited on the iron nails. So it's just like as the copper and iron sulfate. We have to say the ferrous sulfate solution is also be developed in the reaction. So this is also so the reaction with the metallic salt. So on the basis of these, the reactivity series of the metals are arranging in the following sequence. The arranging of metals in the decreasing order of their reactivity is called the reactivity series of the metals. As the given sequence, the most reactive metal is the potassium. Potassium is the most reactive metals, and sodium is some less, calcium is some less. According to this condition, the reactivity level is decreased. And lastly, we are observing gold, silver and mercury. These are the least reactive metals. So on the basis we know which metal is displaced, which another metals या their salt solution. Clear? So according their reactivity series, we understand which solution is displaced by the which metals. One next chemical properties we are discuss as how do metal and non metals react. एक मेटल दूसरे नॉन मेटल के साथ कौन सी रिएक्शन शो करता है. सो लिसन द मेन प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ द मेटल्स. दे लूज इलेक्ट्रॉन्स एंड बिकम द पॉजिटिव आयंस. सो दे आर कॉल्ड एज इलेक्ट्रोपॉजिटिव एलिमेंट्स. एग्जाम्पल, द एटॉमिक नंबर ऑफ सोडियम इज 11 and its electronic configuration is 281. It has one valence electron, so it's lost their one electron and form a sodium positive ion. As the given, it's make the sodium positive ion and one electron is released from that. Another example, as magnesium, it is also release the 2 electron. Okay, their solution is 282. Their electronic configuration is 282. It's release their 2 electrons and it's make the 2 sodium positive ion. So this type the all metals are make the positive ions. Similarly, the non-metals are gain electrons and become the negative ion. So they are called as electronegative element. So on this basis, we clarify the metals and non-metals. A very good example of the chlorine. Its electronic configuration is 287 and it's have 7 valence. So it's gain 1 electrons and become to complete their octave. It's known as Cl negative ion. So in this condition, chlorine 287, 1 electron is gained and it's make 288 and it's known as Cl negative, and commonly normally it's known as chloride ion. So electronegative elements are make the oids, and normally their nomenclature is chloride, oxide, fluoride, bromide, iodide. These type they are knowns. Okay, so as we know here how to make a formation of NaCl, sodium chloride, a result of one metal and non-metals reaction. So sodium metal make the reaction with chlorine and they give the sodium chloride. As their atomic number is 11 and 17, electronic configuration 281 and 287. So the atomic number of sodium is 11. It's lost their 1 electron and it's make the sodium positive ion, and chlorine is accept 1 electron and it's make the Cl negative ion, and then a one attraction force is generate, and due to that attraction their result is known as the sodium chloride NaCl, and that relation is known as a formation of sodium chloride molecules. So we understand one type of compound is formed as sodium chloride, and that is known as ionic compound. One another example we also observe as formation of magnesium chloride. So similar here, magnesium, it's have their electron configuration 282, so it's release their 2 electrons and make the magnesium 2 positive. And chloride, it's take the 1 electron, it's make the 288 1 chloride ion. So 1 magnesium is attached with the 2 chloride and it's make the MgCl2. So it's known as MgCl2, magnesium chloride. So in this form we understand the formation of magnesium chloride. So here the process give and take. So where give and take process is completed, that type formation is known as ionic bond formation, and these type substances are known as ionic compounds. So magnesium chloride, sodium chloride, these are known as ionic compound. So here we understand that ionic compounds are compounds formed by the transfer of electron from a metal to a non-metal. एक मेटल से नॉन मेटल की तरफ इलेक्ट्रॉन का जो ट्रांसफ़र है, दैट इज नोन एज द ionic compounds formation. So lastly, we are talking about the properties of the ionic compounds. First, they are formed by the transfer of electrons and are made of ions. Second, they are crystalline solid as sodium chloride, potassium chloride, magnesium chloride, and some are hard and brittle because they have strong force of attraction between them. Ionic compounds have closed packed structures. Another properties, they have high melting point and boiling points. It is because of the strong force of attraction between positively charged ion. Therefore, high energy is required to break the metallic bonds between ions. Third one, they are soluble in water but insoluble in organic compound solvents like petrol, kerosene, these types. Fourth one, they conduct the electricity in molten state only, or in a solution. They do not conduct electricity in solid state because ions are not free to move the charge. So they conduct electricity only in liquid condition. If we use the liquid materials here, then the bulb is glow, otherwise is not. So they are conduct electricity only in molten state. So I think today you all of understand very clearly and hopefully you understand very well way which are the metals and non-metals and which physical properties and chemical properties are found in them. So good luck from my side.